on human respiratory system. So the human respiratory system, today we will keep discussion. Human respiratory system. The human respiratory system consists of various parts. Those are, first one is external nostrils. Second one is nasal chamber, external nostrils, nasal chamber or nasal cavities. External nostrils are nostrils, nasal chambers are nasal cavities. Third one is internal nostrils or internal nails. Internal nails. Fourth one is pharynx. Fifth one is larynx. Sixth one is trachea. Seventh one is bronchi and bronchioles. Bronchi and bronchioles. And the eighth one is lungs. These are all the parts are present in human respiratory system. So the passage of oxygen and carbon dioxide. First, the passage of oxygen in human respiration or the release of oxygen in human respiratory system is external nostrils. External nostrils are nostrils. Nasal chamber or nasal passage. Internal nostrils or internal nails. These two goes inside. That is internal nostrils or internal nails. Pharynx above the soft palate. Gingiva. I said our first chapter. Above the soft palate, gingiva, there is a muscular chamber that is called pharynx. Larynx, it is a voice box. Larynx, voice box. Trachea, it is a windpipe. Trachea. Bronchi and bronchioles. See in the thoracic cavity, the trachea is divided into left bronchi, right bronchi. Left bronchi opens into left lung, right bronchi opens into right lung. In the lung, trachea is divided into several bronchioles, bronchi and bronchioles, and finally lungs. So these are all the parts. The oxygen passes through external nostrils, nasal chamber, internal nostrils, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi and bronchioles. Bronchi and bronchioles, and finally lungs. In the lungs, each lung consists of millions of small chambers. Those chambers are called alveolus or alveoli. In the alveoli, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange the places. Okay, so oxygen enters into the alveoli, from the alveoli carbon dioxide reverse back to the environment. From lungs to bronchi, bronchi to trachea, trachea to larynx, larynx to pharynx, pharynx to internal nostrils, nasal chambers, external nostrils, from external nostril to environment. It is a question. Explain briefly the passage of oxygen and carbon dioxide through respiratory system. Next question. So, for oxygen from up to lower. For carbon dioxide, lower to above the points. So, among these, first of all, we keep about external nostrils. External nostrils are nostrils. A pair of nostrils. A pair of nostrils opened out. A pair of nostrils opened out. Above the upper lip. This is above the upper lip. A pair of nostrils opened out. That is called external nostrils. See here. Like that. Nostrils. Side view I am showing. Side view. So this is one. This is one. A pair of nostrils. External nostrils opened out, which is located above the upper lip. That is called external nostrils or nostrils. Next, nasal chamber. Nasal chamber or nasal cavities. So, external nostrils opens into chambers, opens into the two chambers. Left chamber, right chamber, opens into the chamber. Nasal passage, through nasal passage. Nasal passage. So, nasal chamber. So, external nostril continued into a pair of chamber called nasal chamber or nasal cavity. Nasal cavity through nasal passage. Through the nasal passage. See here. Like this. Okay. So nasal chamber, this is nasal chamber, this is nasal chamber. Nasal chamber. So external nostrils, 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 nasal chamber or nasal cavities. Nasal chamber or nasal cavities. So this is called passage, nasal passage. So from here to here, this is nasal cavity or nasal chamber. Inside is nasal passage. Okay, so this is nasal cavity. A pair of nasal cavity or nasal chamber is located. This is located on palate, hard palate. That is called bony palate. Bony palate. Bony palate. It is nasal chamber which is located on palate. Bony palate. Okay, that's it. So this is called nasal chamber or nasal cavities. Each nasal chamber, this nasal chamber, this nasal chamber, this nasal chamber, each nasal chamber, separated from each other. Separated from each other by vertical wall. This nasal chamber, separated from each other by vertical wall. This wall is called septum. This wall is called septum. That wall is called septum. See here, this is called so vertical line, septum, vertical line, septum. That is called septum. Okay, so left nostril chamber and the right nostril chamber both are separated by vertical wall. This is called vertical wall. This vertical wall is called septum. Wall. That wall is also called septum. Vertical septum. Each nostril chamber, this is one nostril chamber, this is one nostril chamber. Each nostril chamber consists of 3 parts. Each nostril chamber, this nostril chamber, this nostril chamber, each nostril chamber, this part. Each nostril chamber is differentiated into 3 parts. Each nostril chamber is differentiated into 3 parts. One is vestibular part. Second one is respiratory part. Third one is olfactory path. Each nasal chamber is differentiated into three parts. This nasal chamber is differentiated into three parts. This nasal chamber is differentiated into three parts. Those are vestibular part, respiratory part, olfactory part. First of all, let us see the part. Vestibular part. Okay, so the vestibular part, this part, this region, this region, this region, vestibular part. Okay, the vestibular part is differentiated into three parts. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is vestibular part. It consists of hair. It consists of vestibular part. It consists of hair. Sir, Mastan sir. And Anand or Ramesh. Anand or Ramesh. Okay. Vestibular part. It consists of hair and sebaceous glands. Hair and sebaceous glands. This region. Vestibular part, it consists of hair and sebaceous glands. Hair and hair. Kapade leka. Hair and sebaceous glands. This part hair, this part hair. This hair, next behind the hair, sebaceous gland is present. That's why whenever we keep our finger inside, our finger becomes moist and wet. Moist and wet, because sebaceous glands secretes a kind of a moist. Okay, that moist and hair particles prevent the entry of dust particles towards inside. That's why commonly whenever we are free, we will keep our index finger in our nose and we will make it like this in 365 degrees and we will go like this way. Yes, it's common. Unknowingly, we will clean our nose and some conditions we will keep our eyes like this way. Unknowingly, it's happening. Okay, so whenever we are keeping our index finger inside of the nose, automatically it becomes wet. At that time, some amount of dust particles commonly will be seen. So that part is called vestibular part. It contains hair and sebaceous gland. It prevents the entry of dust particles towards inside. Respiratory part. See exactly in this region. Exactly, pin to pin. It is vestibular, it is respiratory, it is olfactory. You cannot differentiate. Exactly. Okay, so approximately entrance region, inside entrance region, vestibular. A little bit inside a respiratory part. So the respiratory part is conditioning the temperature of air. Respiratory part is conditioning the temperature of air. That means conditioning the temperature of air means respiratory part controlling the external temperature to our body temperature. So from the external temperature, oxygen is coming to our inside. Then automatically oxygen may be temperature. So the temperature air is converted into our body temperature. Actually outside temperature will be more. From the excess temperature, oxygen is coming. If this controlling mechanism is not there, means our vital organs, heart, lungs, kidney, pancreas, liver, brain gets damaged. That's why here in the nose region, so a kind of a mechanism, thermoregulatory mechanism, temperature controlling mechanism is present. That is called respiratory. Okay, so respiratory part. So in middle, respiratory part is present. That respiratory part can control excess amount of temperature to our body temperature. Not only respiratory part conditioning the temperature of air that entered inside of the body. So if the control mechanism is failed, excess amount of temperature air is entered inside and damages our body vital organs. Vital organs. Vital organs. Vital organs. Important major organs are lungs, kidney, etc. Okay? That's vital organs. Olfactory epithelium. Olfactory epithelium. So, next to the respiratory part is called olfactory epithelium. Olfactory epithelium, which is lined by epithelium, that is called olfactory epithelium. That is actual part of the smell. Olfactory smell. So any food material, if you wanted to get taste means we must smell it. We must inhale smell. Then we will feel taste. So during cold, cough, at that moment the olfactory epithelium is blocked with green thread mucus. Then we are able to take proper food material smell. At that moment we will not get the taste. Okay? So nose and tongue are interlinked with each other. If you will not get proper smell, you will not get taste. During cold and cough, the food material normally will not get the taste. Okay? So that is nasal chamber or nasal cavities. Okay? That's all. Next, respiratory part. Only respiratory part in this region. This is respiratory part from here. Respiratory. The respiratory part consists of three thin bones. Three thin twisted bones. Those three thin twisted bones called objective bit small is okay at the respiratory part, which consists of three thin twisted bones. Those three thin twisted bones are called turbinals or concha. Okay, so those mainly controlling the thermoregulatory mechanism. Okay, that's next topic is internal nostrils or internal nails. Internal nostrils are internal nails. Here I have drawn diagram. Here it is one nostril. Here, like this way. This is called oral cavity. Wait a few minutes, gets dry. You only saying that the board was not clear. So I wiped with wet cloth. So it takes a time to get it to dry. Okay. So here, this region. So here actually, nasal chamber or nasal cavities. This nasal chamber or nasal cavities goes inside. So from inside, it continued inside and connected to this region. So pharynx region, that is called internal nostrils or internal nails. Okay, that's all. That is the part. So internal nostrils are internal nails. So a pair of nasal chamber is continued towards inside. That part is called internal nostrils or internal nails, which is connected to the Another part called pharynx. Pharynx is also called nasopharynx. Okay, so internal nostrils are internal nares. Internal nostrils or internal nares is connected to the another part, that is pharynx. Okay, so that pharynx, already pharynx, about pharynx I said. So pharynx is a common chamber for food and air. Okay, see here, so this is nasal chamber. This nasal chamber is continue. This nasal chamber is continue. Like this. This is the nasal chamber. Nasal chamber continue like this way. Nasal chamber continue. This is the nasal chamber continue like this. This is internal nares. These are called internal nares or in nares or internal nostrils. Okay, like this way continue. So next, this internal nares is located above the soft palate. That is soft palate. See, above the soft, this is here. This region is a soft palate. This is called gingiva. Above the soft palate, what would be the internal layers? So the internal layers is located above the soft palate. It is connected to the pharynx. Pharynx. Okay. So this region is called pharynx region. This region is called pharynx region. So here what happened? Here cartilage is flat. This is called epiglottis. Okay, so this region is called epiglottis. This region is called glottis. Okay, see here, from the oral cavity, when food is entered towards the pharynx region, so this epiglottis acts as a lid over the glottis to prevent the entry of food particles into the glottis. That is pharynx. Okay, so internal layers is continued into the pharynx. This region is called pharynx. This region is called pharynx. So, like this way, oxygen comes and enters into the glottis, trachea, and so on, lungs. So when we open mouth, at the time the food from here it comes. When it comes towards the epiglottis region, so this epiglottis acts as a lid. Epiglottis acts as a lid. The food is entered into the stomach. So here it is connected to stomach region. Okay, from here, see here. So the food is, when it is passed here, like this act, the food is passed towards stomach. When food is passed epiglottis, then this is comes like this way. Then oxygen entered into the trachea. Next, when food is coming like this way, act as a lid, and food is passed into the stomach. When food is passed from the epiglottis, again it comes like this way. Oxygen comes like this. It is a continuous process. That's why it is called pharynx is a muscular chamber, common passage for food and air. Already in digestion I said that. So the internal nostrils is continued into pharynx above the soft palate. So this is called pharynx. Pharynx is a common chamber for food and air. Okay, so that's all. That is it. Next one is larynx, voice box. See here, Epiglottis, this is epiglottis, glottis. In this region, larynx, voice box. This is called voice box, voice box, larynx. Okay, so larynx is called also called voice box. So from the glottis, epiglottis. So cartilaginous flap called epiglottis, which acts as a lid over the glottis. So the glottis region contains a voice box that is called larynx. This larynx region contains 9 different types of cartilages are present. So those 9 different types of cartilages support the voice box. Support the voice box. Okay, that's all. See this epiglottis. This epiglottis is also cartilaginous flap. Cartilaginous flap. The epiglottis is a cartilaginous flap which prevent the entry of food materials into the glottis and voice box. So some conditions, food particles enter flap. At the time, immediately we will get the sneeze. Commonly, everybody might have experienced. So, at the conditions, we will keep like this way. If we will sneeze like this way, if we will done, then automatically the particles comes out through nostrils. Okay. So, actually, epiglottis. If this epiglottis is not act properly, at that moment, instead of putting food particles into the stomach, the food particles enters into the glottis or voice box. Not completely enter, just towards the region will enter. At that time, lungs, bronchia, larynx, from backward direction carbon dioxide will come. So along with carbon dioxide, those food particles comes and blocked in the internal nostrils. At that time, if you will close one nose and if you will sneeze, if you will done, then food particles come out. Why the food particles sometimes will come out through nostrils? Here, epiglottis would not act properly, would not cover properly this glottis. Then the food particles goes inside of the glottis. Instead of going through esophagus. That is called larynx or voice box. Next here, this is the voice box. The voice box contains yellow elastic structures. The voice box contains yellow color elastic structures which are attached to the thyroid gland and okay, yellow elastic fiber. So this voice box contains yellow elastic structures which are attached to the thyroid and arytenoid gland and forms vocal cords. Here we have vocal cords. Those vocal cords actually involved in the sound production during exhalation. Okay, so this is called voice box. Voice box contains two vocal cords, a pair of vocal cords. The yellow elastic fibers, yellow elastic structure attached to the thyroid gland and arytenoid gland. Thyroid and arytenoid glands. Okay, thyroid and arytenoid. So these two forms vocal cords or vocal folds. Vocal cords are vocal folds. Vocal cords are vocal folds. So actually, these are responsible for the production of sound. In human beings, two types of vocal cords are present in the larynx. In the larynx, voice box region, two types of vocal cords are present. One type of vocal cords are in males. Sorry, first let me finish. Two types of vocal cords are present. One type of vocal cords are true vocal cords. One type of vocal cords are false vocal cords. True vocal cords are involved in the sound production, whereas false vocal cords are not involved in the sound production. Listen carefully, it is an important point for objective discussion. So vocal cords are two types. True vocal cords, false vocal cords. True vocal cords. True vocal cords are involved in the sound production, whereas false vocal cords are not involved in the sound production, just they represent. That is one statement. Next, these vocal cords in males thicker. Males thicker and longer. Thicker and longer. These vocal cords in males thicker and longer. And produce high pitch. Produce high pitch voice. Okay, so in males, vocal cords are thicker, longer. Produce, here big mistake, low pitch voice in males. Whereas in females and children, the vocal cords opposite to this. Here thicker, thinner, longer, shorter, and produce. That's why generally children, if they will shout, we are unable to bear because their vocal cords are thin and short and producing high pitch voice. Whereas males, the vocal cords are thicker, longer and producing low pitch voice. So this is the explanation about the larynx voice parts. Okay, so one more explanation I wanted to give here, pharynx. So internal layers continue into pharynx. This region is called pharynx. Okay, already pharynx consists of three parts. I said oropharynx, laryngopharynx, nasopharynx. That is different part. Already I finished on digestive system. So from here, oxygen comes this side. So from here, food comes this side. So when food, that is when we open mouth, at the time the food, during eating time, at that time the food particles comes this side. When food particles are coming towards this direction, this is called epiglottis lid. It is called cartilaginous flap. Cartilaginous lid. Okay, it acts as a lid over lungs. So prevent the entry of food particles inside of the voice box. So it acts like this. It acts like this. Then slowly the food particles are passed into the esophagus and stomach. When food is passed this region, immediately this what is toxin. Next, like this. Okay, that's so this region is called pharynx. Pharynx acts as muscular chamber. It is a common passage for food and air. Okay, so this is the explanation about the larynx. It's continuity trachea, bronchi, lungs. Next class we will see. Today meeting session is finished. Get ready for next class. I am leaving the meeting.